Thank you for joining me here this afternoon. The time is now 3:30 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at an ongoing tornado outbreak across portions of the southern and central plains. We have had a crazy, unexpected start to the day here, with 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts being reported with a line of storms across southeastern Nebraska earlier this afternoon. We have reports of trees down, power lines down, shingles ripped off of roofs, and much, much more, and the damage is still being assessed with more storms ongoing in southern Iowa with that line there. So we'll continue to watch that as that progresses, but the big event is really just now getting going in terms of the tornado threat down here across parts of Oklahoma and Kansas. A tornado watch is in effect for portions of southern Kansas and central Oklahoma. This includes areas like Oklahoma City, back through Wichita, all the way back towards Woodward, Oklahoma, and Hutchinson, Kansas here. Again, a tornado watch means that conditions are favorable in this area for tornadoes to develop over the next several hours, and a lot of these storms have already been producing damaging winds and large hail. However, we have not had any tornado warnings yet to my knowledge. I don't believe that we've had any. I could be wrong about that. I do see that hashtag tornado is trending on Twitter, but yeah, actually we have not had any tornado warnings yet so far today. So again, it is going to be a very, very, very interesting long day here of tornadoes and severe weather in general across portions of the Central Plains. So I hope you guys will stick around with me for as long as possible. We will be taking a break in between two streams later this evening, but for right now, we're going to be live for quite a while, I think. So, again, make sure to stay tuned in here for this stream. We already have 10 likes. That's wild. What's up, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. Midwest Ants, Jerry, Peachy, Tornado Wrangler, also known as Sam. Again, massive damaging winds today battered parts of northeastern Kansas, southeast Nebraska, and northwestern Missouri. And now scrolling through parts of south central Iowa here, south of Des Moines. And Des Moines, you're probably starting to get in on some of that heavy rainfall, and it's going to continue. You're going to see some lightning, maybe even a little bit of wind, some hail. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. In fact, we can actually see a part of this line from the Dragon Nation cam in Missouri. Wow, so look at that. The camera, you can't really see much because there's a lot of rain on it, but again, line of storms moving through right there. That's not even the intense part, not at all, but anyway. So let's go back down to our tornado watch area. So this tornado watch, if you're wondering, does specify a few tornadoes likely with a couple intense tornadoes possible. They use the word a couple intense tornadoes possible. Now that's a pretty big deal. They don't use that wording a lot in tornado watches except for whenever we've got some high-end tornado outbreaks type stuff. Scattered damaging winds likely with isolated gusts to 75 miles an hour possible. That's also a pretty big deal. It's going to knock out power for thousands of people probably. Scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to tennis ball size possible. That's also a pretty big deal, as you can imagine. That's going to be in effect until 9 p.m. However, the severe thunderstorm watch is actually even more aggressive with the wind threat, touting the threat for 80 mile per hour winds. And again, we even had 90 mile per hour winds with our line of storms here at one point, once it was moving through southeastern Nebraska. Apparently, a wall of a house was completely blown down. A bus was moved. There were debris in a field. There were power lines down. That was right around where we saw some of those 90 mile per hour winds near Falls City, Nebraska. So, pretty intense stuff there, but again, it's not going to calm down anytime soon. In fact, the tornado threat, once again, is just now getting going here, I think, across portions of southern Kansas and north central Oklahoma there. Excuse me. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a ton of supercells firing, producing not only tornadoes, but also destructive winds and hail. This storm near Fairview, Oklahoma, 70 mile per hour winds, packing a massive punch here with this storm. So that's something big. Again, no signs of any immediate strong rotation, but that could change here over the next several minutes. So we'll continue to monitor this situation here for as long as necessary. Again, things are really just now getting going. Big-time severe storm north of Wichita, Kansas, moving up towards Newton. Newton, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're in Newton, make sure you're getting indoors. We got a big-time storm heading your way with some wind, even a little bit of hail in there. And then back into portions of northwestern Oklahoma, again, several severe storms here are going to be capable of producing tornadoes over the next couple of hours. If you're not aware, this orange area here, this is our enhanced risk of severe weather. So this is going out for portions of northeastern Oklahoma. This is going out for parts of eastern Kansas, extreme southeastern Nebraska, and parts of west central Missouri. And this is actually a pretty big deal here. We have a 10% hatch tornado threat. So what does that mean? Well, Well, if you're in that yellow area, which some of our storms are just now starting to enter, you have a 10% chance to see a strong, significant tornado in your town here. So that's a pretty big deal. Again, this includes areas like Topeka, Kansas, all the way back through Oklahoma City. So this is an area where we think isolated, significant tornadoes are going to be possible today. In fact, if we go ahead and read the synopsis here from the SPC, they're saying severe thunderstorms capable of producing scattered large hail, numerous damaging wind gusts, and a few tornadoes are expected today into tonight across the middle Missouri Valley and central and southern plains, including parts of eastern Kansas, Oklahoma, into Missouri and the vicinity. A strong tornado or two is possible across south central, southeastern Kansas, back into portions of central Oklahoma there. So that's the synopsis from the Storm Prediction Center. So again, some pretty aggressive wording there, touting the potential for intense tornadoes, isolated strong tornadoes. Again, it's a pretty big deal, and they don't say stuff like that unless they really mean it. Luckily, this area is chock full of radars. What's up, Ethan? This could be a complete bust, but it could also be an outbreak. Time will tell. Right now, honestly, I'm going to be leaning more towards the outbreak side of things. The conditions have uptrended in this area, if anything, since yesterday, although they've relatively stayed the same. And then also, we've got ourselves a lot of storms trying to become discrete here, and they're already producing damaging winds and large hail. So the next big question is, will they be able to produce tornadoes? Probably. So new severe thunderstorm warning for Kingman, Kingman, Kansas. What's up, Mr. Storm? What's up, B-Dog? You're just live, but it keeps lagging. That's rough. But yeah, Kingman, Kansas, there are 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some nickel-sized hail with that storm there. So that's going to be entering portions of Harper and Kingman counties. So if you're in that area, make sure that you are moving indoors. So again, a big wind bag, it looks like, heading up for the Newton area. This is our storm that our storm chasers are on right now. Again, not a massive tornado threat with any of our storms quite yet. And I don't think there will be for a little bit, but we're going to watch them. Because, again, wind has been a massive thing today, guys. Again, we have reports of houses being destroyed, pretty much. Walls of houses blown down. A bus was picked up and moved. Debris was lying in a field, and power lines were down. That sounds like a pretty big deal to me. I don't know about you, but... And, this is kind of a near derecho type event here. It's not quite long enough. It didn't travel far enough, but that was very close to becoming a derecho. So... let's go back to our Fairview storm. Again, this is the one that's warned for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and I do think this will get a new severe thunderstorm warning soon as it's starting to move outside of this polygon here. So again, Fairview, make sure that you're getting indoors and away from windows. Brace for impact. This is a big storm heading right on top of you. Big-time hail, some damaging winds as well are going to potentially knock out power and do some isolated damage to parts of Fairview, Oklahoma there. So, look out for that. By the way, a new tornado watch will likely be issued later. Once these storms move further off to the east, a new tornado watch will likely be issued later for portions of southeastern Kansas, maybe even into parts of Missouri and northeastern Oklahoma, as the 10% hatch for spans over that area. And that area actually has a slightly higher parameter in general for some tornadoes today than out here in north central Oklahoma and south central Kansas, believe it or not. But, if we just go and take a look here at the HRRR model, we can see that it is expecting some... Oh, okay, so we'll get back to that in a second, actually. But they did just extend the warning for the Fairview storm, and this is big. Not only are they continuing the 70-mile-per-hour wind tag, but they're also saying this storm could produce some half-dollar-sized hail. So, again, if you are in Helena, Cleo Springs, Fairview, Lahoma, Carmen, Jet... you have got to get indoors and away from windows. This is a very dangerous storm here heading your way. Again, we'll wait to see if it becomes tornadic, but right now, this is just a pretty intense wind bag, it looks like to me. And again, maybe some hail mixed in there as well, but that does not mean you should take it any less seriously. We'd be talking about low-end EF0 tornado force winds with this storm here. So while there's not a tornado with this storm, and there probably won't be anytime soon, these winds are going to be strong enough that it can feel like a tornado. And it can do the same amount of significant damage. Storm's Connor is on, apparently as a mezzo, so it's starting to get tornado characteristics. Yeah, so that's our Fairview storm right here. I don't know. I wouldn't worry about a tornado threat with it too much right now. I guess there's a little bit of a hook potentially trying to pop out near Canton. We'll watch that. Could there be a derecho? Probably not. If we're going to have a derecho again, it would have been with this big line of storms up here, moving through south central Iowa and north central Missouri. And it did a ton of damage to northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska and northwest Missouri, as we were saying. But it hasn't traveled far enough to be considered a derecho. So probably not. But we honestly could see one later this afternoon and this evening. Let's go and go back to the HRRR. We're about to look at it here. The reflectivity showing a very interesting view on the 18Z run. So they're saying that right now we're sitting at about 4 o'clock central. Again, there's not a whole lot going on, but we're starting to see some supercells fire across parts of northwestern Oklahoma back into central Kansas. And again, 5, 6 p.m., the tornado threat increases along with the damage and wind threat. It really starts to get going there across parts of just eastern Kansas in general and north central Oklahoma. By 9 p.m., those storms push into Oklahoma City. 11 p.m., the Tulsa region. By midnight, they're going to continue. So honestly, it could be a derecho with this next line of storms here. It just depends on how intense things really get. What did you do, Jack? There's a storm that has a hook that has a special weather statement. What's up, Levi? You're streaming right now? Nice. Yeah, pretty much everybody is going to be streaming here live today, so if you guys did tune in to watch me, even if it's just for a shorter period of time, I appreciate it. If you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe so that we can help spread this message. This is the most important stream we have had since Hurricane Milton made landfall, so please, 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 if you can, share the stream. If you know anybody out here in the Midwest or in the Central Plains, please let them know what's going on, even back into portions of the southern United States into Dixie Alley there. We could be seeing some severe storms tomorrow, so please, please, please let them know what's going on. And also, things are going to continue to be quite crazy over the next several days as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a Day 4 and Day 5 slight risk of severe weather. We are talking about an Election Day storm recently. This is what that would be. So it's a little too early to start talking about the specifics with that, but we will have a video out likely discussing that sometime this week. What's up, Goose Man? Thank you for tuning in. As the Storm Prediction Center has issued a That was my fault. My computer doesn't work, so I'm going to do my phone. I'm going to do on my phone on Shorts, so I'm about to go. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're not tuning in, please, please like and subscribe. I'm not going to say it every 5 seconds this stream, but please do be sure to do that because this is a vitally important stream. We've got destruction occurring already across parts of the Central Plains, and things are about to get a lot worse as this tornado threat ramps up over the next couple of hours. 4 to 5 p.m. Central, that's whenever we're expecting the highest tornado threat, and that time frame is just now rolling through. So again, we're probably going to see some of these storms start to produce tornadoes pretty soon, and even if they don't, we're still seeing damaging winds and destructive hail. So that's another thing to look out for. Will Jesse go live? I'm not sure. Probably, but I didn't talk to him about it, so I can't say anything. So again, all of our storm chasers right now are really targeting this Fairview storm. I guess we do have Brandon Kopic and Corey Gherkin. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I was confused. Brandon Kopic and Corey Gherkin on our Newton, Kansas storm, but everybody else looks like they're pretty zoned in here on this. Okay, so Oklahoma, destructive storm now, 80 mile per hour winds. Seek shelter immediately. Move indoors, away from windows, on the lowest floor possible. If you are in Helena, Lahoma, Cleo Springs, or Fairview, Oklahoma, you need to seek shelter now. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This is a destructive storm. This is big. Okay, sorry, I was just updating the stream title there. Again, if you're just now tuning in, a massive, destructive, severe thunderstorm right now across portions of Oklahoma. This thing is popping off right now. If we take a look at the velocities, wow, we are actually measuring 90 to 95 mile per hour wind gusts. Now, granted, that's a few thousand feet into the atmosphere, But this is a big time severe storm. So again, if you're in this area, please seek shelter now. This is a big deal. This is not an ordinary severe storm. I know you guys out here get this all the time, but this is big. I promise you this is bigger than a lot of the storms that you've seen in this area recently. So again, you need to get to your safe spot if you're out in this area. Treat this like it's a tornado warning. The sirens will probably start sounding in some of these communities pretty soon. What's up, Sylvia? Thank you for tuning in. Again, they do sound the sirens for destructive storms for most areas, at least out here in Oklahoma, I know. And what is that? Why is the alarm going off? Not sure why the alarm just went off. Alright, that's a glitch. Sorry about that. Okay. Also, Davis, do you know how to change the locations for the severe storms from cities to counties? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, this is definitely crazy, Sam. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we have 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now across portions of northern Oklahoma. This is moving into a pretty populated area. Fairview right now is getting hit very hard. Cleo Springs and Ringwood, you're next in line, so get to your safe spot. Cleo Springs especially, I mean, this is going to go right through you, right through the southeast side of the community here. It's a very small town, but there are probably a few hundred people out here. Alright, see you, Jesse. Thank you for tuning in. They sound the sirens for you for just severe thunderstorm warnings. Yeah, I know some communities do that. That's pretty wild to me. Here they do destructives and tornado warning storms. I know in Oklahoma a lot of areas do destructives and tornado warning storms as well as considerables, but they've got to do destructives. I hope they do anyway, because again, this is a big problem here for the Cleo Springs area. Again, 80 to 90 mile per hour wind gusts about to move through the southeast of Cleo Springs. Downtown Cleo Springs still probably getting ready to get in on 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, so please get to your safe spot. Again, Highway 60 is where this storm is crossing right now. Again, big deal here. This is a pretty interesting way to start this stream. Alright, so let's go back up here to our storm north of Wichita. We haven't talked a lot about this for a minute. Again, we do have storm chasers Brandon Kopic and Corey Gherkin on this storm. Right now, it just looks like a big-time windbag to me. Okay, I don't know why that alarm keeps going off. Let's actually do something. I think I can fix this really quickly. Hold on. Sorry, this is kind of on the spot here, but I think I can fix that. Oops. Just a sec. Turn that off. I think it's because they updated the tornado watch. I think that's what happened. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for portions of southwestern Oklahoma. Wow. I would have thought this is behind the dry line, but this is for Magnum and Sentinel. 70 mile per hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Get indoors and away from windows immediately. Is there a new mesoscale? Let's check that out. There's not a new mesoscale from what I see. There's one from 45 minutes ago. But I don't see anything new. But yeah, some of these storms here, I guess they got strong enough to get the considerable tag. That's really interesting to me. Kind of wondering why they plopped that on there so fast, but it came out. Is there a new one? Oh, there is. Okay. So that actually may have been why the alarms were going off. So this is a pretty big deal. Large hail and severe wind threat to continue through this afternoon. And then the words we don't want to see, increasing tornado threat this evening. The tornado threat is starting to increase. And again, it's going to continue to increase through this evening. So this is really your... this is really the time to make sure that you are going over your severe weather action plan. Know what you're going to do if there's a tornado warning. Know what you're going to do if there's a severe thunderstorm warning. Know what you're going to do if there's a flash flood warning. Prepare for every possible scenario here because, again, we're very uncertain about the forecasting of this event. and things could take a turn for the worse. So again, I'm not saying they will, but just in case they do, again, always prepare for the worst in situations like this. Make sure that you know what you're going to do, know where you're going to go, and know what's going to happen if a tornado warning gets issued. Again, make sure that everybody in your family knows what you're going to do. Make sure that you've got yourself prepared for whatever kind of storm comes your way here, because again, this could get quite intense here pretty soon, I think. What does the tornado watch cover? The tornado watch covers parts of north central Oklahoma and south central Kansas. And again, a new one will likely be issued. In fact, it's almost certain to be issued further off to the northeast later into this evening, whenever the storms push further off to the east. So again, a lot of these storms are quite discreet. And that, obviously, if you're not aware, discrete storms, the reason that they're so much more dangerous is whenever you just got one storm, it's got the environment all to itself. It can do whatever it wants with it. If you got two storms right next to each other, they're kind of fighting the life out of each other. So that's what we like to see whenever we got two storms near each other, so they're not going to do as much. But in situations where we have discrete storms, it's just one storm all by itself, tracking through an environment that's very tornadically primed. That's what we mean when we say discrete, dangerous storms. And again, I'm going to try to put everything in layman's terms as much as possible today, but there will be times where I forget and turn on my weather nerd voice and push up my glasses. So if I'm ever getting too technical and you have any questions, please leave them down below, because I know sometimes I'm confusing. I don't explain things the best, but we are trying. But again, just remind me if I ever get too nerdy. So again, southeast of Cleo Springs, massive windbag. Wow. So again, if you're traveling along Highway 60 here, be careful in between Cleo Springs and Ringwood. These are the kind of winds that could flip a semi if you're not careful. Again, we saw a bus get moved earlier today up in Nebraska. Tornado reportedly on the ground in the destructive severe weather warning. Where are you seeing that? Where are you getting that from? I'm very interested. Because I really doubt there's a tornado on the ground with that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not very likely. So again, Brandon Kopic and Corey Gherkin are about to intercept this storm, moving into North Newton as we speak, in Heston. Newton will get some rain too, but you're not going to get the worst of it, luckily. Just some beneficial rain. And these areas do need rain, guys. It's not like this is completely unwelcome. The only problem is that it's going to bring severe weather along with it. It would be better if it was just one massive rain bag, but nope. Heard it from multiple stream chasers and on Ryan Hallstream. Really? Okay, so reportedly a tornado on the ground in Oklahoma. Okay. So we're going to treat this like a tornado warning now. Again, you should have already been, because this is a storm producing 80-mile-per-hour winds. But if you're not already, get to your safe spot in this area. A potential tornado is on the ground in this area. Sorry, I'm messaging somebody. Okay, so again, a possible tornado on the ground here. So again, look out for that. This is a pretty dangerous looking storm. Again, even if it's not producing a tornado, but apparently it is, reportedly. Okay, another severe thunderstorm warning. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds for Arapahoe, Thomas, Canton, Oakwood, O'Keene, You got more storms coming in. I know you guys just got in on some of that rain. You're about to get some more, and it could pack some hail and wind with it as well. So look out for that. Make sure you're moving indoors if you can. And I know we're starting to get towards rush hour here, so if you know anybody that may be traveling out here, make sure to let them know what's going on. If you know any semi-travelers out here, make sure they know what's going on, because it's going to be a dangerous day to be traveling along the interstates. And first tornado warning of the day. And it's in Iowa. Did not expect that. So we do have a tornado warning now in Iowa. The first tornado warning of the day. This is going out for portions of Marion, Lucas, and Warren counties. Seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows in an interior room. Melcher, Dallas, Knoxville, New Bern. Seek shelter. Tight rotation there near New Bern. Okay. So this is the storm we need to watch now, guys. Again, tornado warning now in effect in Iowa. So we're going to continue to watch this. Alright, give me just a sec. So again, seek shelter immediately if you're in Melcher, Dallas, Knoxville, along Highway 92 there, Highway 5, Highway 14, Lacona, however you pronounce that. This is a dangerous situation. And I was not expecting the first tornado warning of the day to come out this far northeast. Okay, so again, tight rotation there near Bauer in Melcher, Dallas. Get to your safe spot. In Melcher, Dallas, brace for impact here. This is coming in hot over Tracy Creek. This is southeast of Des Moines, Iowa. And this area was literally only in the 2% tornado risk, so I was not expecting that in the slightest. What's up, Sean? So again, embedded rotation there in our line of storms that earlier produced 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So again, get to your safe spot. And we're also watching a potential tornado on the ground in Oklahoma. Yes, some of it is contaminated, but there is very clear rotation here as well. You're in Massanutten for a trip. And we now have a 76-mile-per-hour wind gust recorded out of our destructive storm. Wow. Whew. Again, things are heating up. Mr. Storm literally just texted me saying, I can't keep up. So again, this is including mostly just portions of Marion County here. Alright, see ya, Jack. Alrighty. So let's keep it going here. So again, several severe thunderstorms right now across parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, some of them being very damaging, maybe even tornadic right now. But the main storm that we're watching is this tornado warning one up into Iowa, actually, if you're just now tuning in. So again, Knoxville, Melcher, Dallas, if you have not already, you need to get to your safe spot. Underground, preferably. If you can't get underground, get away from windows in an interior room. I see we have a Colonial Terrace mobile home park. It's really the last thing you want to see in an event like this. If you're in a mobile home, you need to get out and find a more substantial shelter. If you can't, it sounds dramatic, and this is a last resort option, but you need to lie flat in a ditch. But again, before that, see if there's any other public buildings you can get into. Again, dangerous situation here. I believe they have public tornado shelters out in this region of the country, but we'll see. So again, just try to get out of a mobile home. That's really the worst place to be. Again, it is quite literally better to be outside. And it's still not a good place to be, though. And if you're driving, you need to get off the road and seek shelter. You don't want to be driving in this. That's for certain. So again, a rotation probably nearing cloud at this point. Columbia and Gosport. Let's see here. If you're just not tuning in, please like and subscribe. We've got vital information here. An ongoing tornado warning in parts of Iowa, a potential tornado on the ground in Oklahoma, a destructive storm in Oklahoma. There's a lot happening right now. It's hard to keep up, but we're going to make sure that we talk about everywhere right now in this stream. You have a gut feeling about those storms in southwest Oklahoma? I don't know. I mean, they're right up along the dry line, so we'll see, but a 74-mile-per-hour wind gust was recorded with the furthest southern one here a while ago, so I guess that's why they issued the 70-mile-per-hour wind tag on these here. They could have made it. I don't know why they included all these little cells, though. I guess just to be safe in case the other ones were producing high winds without us knowing. Is there lightning? That's another thing. Yep, there's a lot of lightning with some of these storms. Again, especially into parts of Oklahoma, but even our Iowa storm is quite electrified. So again, rotation near Cloud. Cloud is not a real town, though, out here. It's just a little building, it looks like, almost. This is near Purdy, right up along the Lucas-Marion County line. So again, please get your safe spot in Knoxville. Knoxville is a pretty big town out here relative to the other areas in central Iowa, southern Iowa, I guess. Give me just a sec. So, Max Velocity's live now. We went live just before Ryan Hall did. Yeah, I saw Mr. Strum was live before us. But, just a moment. Alrighty. Again, don't be scared, be prepared. Make sure you know where you're going to go if there's a tornado warning issued for your area, especially if you're out here in the plains. You need to know what you're going to do. Again, you want to get into the lowest part of your house or building that you're in. You want to get away from windows. Windows are a terrible thing to be near during a tornado, obviously. And you want to make sure that you're getting in the middle of your house, away from the edges, if you can. Thank you, Paige. Appreciate it. Again, this is a big day, guys. So we need to know what's going on. Again, reportedly a tornado on the ground a few minutes ago in Oklahoma. And again, big-time storm right now, but trying to produce a tornado in Iowa. It's struggling, though, I will say. Again, it's embedded rotation, but we'll see. Alrighty, so we've already been live for over half an hour. Wow. It feels like we literally just started, but we're going to be here for a while today. We're going to have 2 streams because we're going to have a break in between, because I do have a thing to go to tonight, but okay, we're going to be live for the worst of it, hopefully. Hello, Shirley. Thank you for tuning in. Again, please, guys, if you know anybody out here, let them know what's going on. Again, Knoxville, Iowa. It's a decently big city, it looks like, and we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Maybe not. Oh, we do. Okay, so this is in Kansas. This is near Council Grove. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts near Parkerville and White City. Make sure you're moving indoors. Northwest of Council Grove, Kansas. So again, I really was not expecting the first tornado warning of the day to be in Iowa. But here we are. You know, anything can happen. And this is a good reminder of that, so. Alrighty. Alrighty. So let's actually look at the new NATOcast outlook. I've not looked at it in a minute. What in the world? So this is brand new. This came out 13 minutes ago. What is going on here, chat? Somebody explain this to me. So 10% hatch risk for parts of northeast Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, but there's two of them. They're separated, I guess, by a very small area. But that is the area. Again, this is completely AI generated, guys, so take this all with a grain of salt. Trust the human input more from the SPC. But 10% hatch risk there. Basically the same thing that the SPC is saying, although further south and much messier, honestly. Yeah, again, please let anybody know what's going on here. If you know anybody in the warned areas, we're already at 20 likes this stream. Let's try to get to 25. Let's really push this out there, because this, again, is a big, big, big situation going on, or starting to go on anyway. So, again, I appreciate everybody that is tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe as well to help push this channel out into the algorithm, because we do this every day. And yeah. And we're only getting started. This is only the beginning. Okay, so the tornado warning has been condensed for parts of Iowa. Now, still including Knoxville and Melcher, Dallas, but no longer for Bauer or New Bern, or portions of whatever county this was. This is now only for parts of the northeastern Lucas and southern Marion counties. It no longer includes, was it Graham County? I don't know, maybe. Whatever county Indiana was in, it does not include any of that anymore. So again, Knoxville and Melcher, Dallas, stay in your safe spot. Columbia, Gosport, that's the area where we're seeing some of that rotation right now. Okay, go ahead and update the stream title, because again, that Oklahoma tornado is definitely not on the ground anymore, if it ever was. Which again, it's still not completely confirmed, I don't think. Alrighty. So, how's everybody's day been, chat? I've been waiting all day to get home and do this, because again, this is a pretty big event. We haven't seen something like this for a few months in this area, that is. So, again, pretty big deal here. And this tornado warning includes portions of Lucas and Marion counties, mostly just parts of Marion County. Lucas County, I mean, you're probably seeing a lot of rain all across the county, but it's really only the northeastern sliver here, near Purdy, where this tornado warning is going out for. Mostly Marion County issue. Let's actually go back to our Oklahoma destructive storm. We haven't looked at that in a minute. Whoops. So again, earlier, 76-mile-an-hour gust was recorded. It's still pushing onward here towards Lahoma. So again, seek shelter immediately in jet. Although it does look like it's on the downward trend, to be quite frank. But we'll still look out for it. Obviously, stay in your safe spot until instructed to do so otherwise. Or until the warning has been expired or downgraded. So, a lot of people are probably wondering about tomorrow. You know, what's the plan for tomorrow? Halloween day. And we are going to be live because there is a very small tornado threat across parts of the mid and lower Mississippi Valley. If we take a look at the D2 tornado outlook, we see if you're in that green area there, you have a 2% chance to see a tornado in your town. That includes parts of southwest Illinois, west Kentucky, southeast Missouri, west Tennessee, northwest Mississippi, northern Louisiana, northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and a good chunk of Arkansas there. So again, we'll be looking out for isolated tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail tomorrow. And then also the plan for Friday. You know, what's up with that? Right now, it's only a marginal risk. I think we're going to get pushed to a slight risk, but we'll talk more about that in a minute because we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning just issued, and it's a big deal because this is an extension for a destructive storm, now downgraded to considerable, but still 70-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail heading for Pond Creek, Nash, Wauketa, Medford, and Lamont. You can get out of your safe spot if you're in the previous warning, but still stay vigilant, stay indoors and away from windows. This is a pretty dangerous storm here still, but it is, again, on the downward trend, like I was saying earlier. So I'm going to go and grab a tissue really quickly. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on this Iowa storm while I'm gone. So I will be right back, everybody. Give me just a second here. Alright, everybody, sorry about that. Still have a little bit of a cold. So again, there is a little bit of rotation here still with our tornado warning storm in Iowa, so stay in your safe spot, away from windows, underground if you can, get in the middle of your house if you can't, get underground. Northeast of Columbia, heading for Attica, Pershing, and Knoxville over the next several minutes. Damaging winds and heavy rain as well as frequent lightning are also going to be big problems with that as well. But again, the main thing we're going to be looking out for there is a potential tornado. Although at this point, it's looking a little bit less certain. And I'll be honest with you guys, it was never looking that crazy. I think that was more of a precautionary warning than anything else. But again, good call by the National Weather Service, definitely. I think that probably deserved a tornado warning. Alrighty. Okay, another severe thunderstorm warning. I was literally just looking at this storm, too. I just eyeballed this special weather statement storm in northwest Louisiana. Now with the severe thunderstorm warning near Belcher and Plain Dealing. Would you look at that? Look at that weird hook shape. We don't have any sort of rotation or anything, but that's an interesting shape there. So again, if you're in this area, move indoors immediately. We got quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts incoming there. Northwestern Louisiana. This is going out for northwestern Bosher Parish and northwestern Caddo Parish. Bossier Parish, not Bosher. A lot of storms there in East Texas, but they're all going to be sub-severe. Just some heavy rain, some nice beneficial rain, a little bit of lightning as well. Actually, quite a bit of lightning. Yeah, thank you, Paige. I've been kind of sick for a while, I'll be honest. By the way, winter storm watches are in effect for Minnesota. This storm is also going to bring here, the same system is going to bring a lot of snow to parts of Minnesota and also Wisconsin. Winter weather advisories and winter storm watches in effect for the first time this year for those areas. What's up, Mr. Twister? This first time this season, anyway. Just coming from Mr. Storm now. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Again, a little bit of rotation here with our storm still. It's very broad. But in Iowa, near Attica is where our rotation is located. East of Highway 14, east of Gosport. So stay in your safe spot until instructed otherwise. But yeah, I was looking at school earlier this afternoon, and I saw a destructive warning in northeast Kansas, and it was like something big is about to go down. And again, walls collapsed, buses and stuff flipped. It's a big deal. Yes, the next name on the hurricane list is Patty, although I'm not certain we're going to reach it, honestly. I think hurricane season's over at this point, if you're asking me. Again, if you're just not tuning in, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get this stream to 25 likes, help spread the message. You'll be live at 5:15 Central. That's when the threat might start ramping up. Honestly, it's probably going to start ramping up right now, if it's going to. If it doesn't start ramping up right now, it's probably not going to ramp up at all. This is kind of the peak here. And again, it's going to be like that for a few hours, so 5:15 is a good time to start. It's not like it's only a 30-minute peak, but you got in trouble for looking at the SBC mesoscale discussions in science class. That's stupid. It's science class. You should be able to look at that. That's actually the class I was looking at it into. We finally started our weather unit in Earth Science, so that's going to be a free class from this point forward for me. Welcome back, Sam. Yeah, we don't really need mods, though. Everybody's pretty chill right now, so that's good. Well, I can't go live till 5:15 Central anyway. Won't be home till 5:10 Central. That's rough. Yeah, it'll still be peak. We'll be at the peak of the severe weather threat at that point. We'll be probably from now until about 7 or 8 o'clock, honestly. We're doing weather, but it's ocean currents, so yeah. I know there's a 6.0 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Oregon an hour ago. I did not. Last week was warm and cold fronts. We did a weather thing in 7th grade, and I was starting to get into weather at that point, but it was just a couple months after that unit. I did so horrible on it, too. I got like a C throughout that unit. I would have gotten an A+ if it was just a few months later, and I would have enjoyed class at the same time. Can you believe it? Again, look at that hook there with our Belcher, Louisiana storm. So that's actually traveling northeast. That's going to push into Arkansas here within the next several minutes if it lasts long enough. But honestly, I'm not keen on that idea. Hope I use that word right. I'm really not too certain. Your GPA is a 4.27 right now. That's pretty darn good. I'm a freshman, so... Alrighty. So, let's see here. I thought they updated the tornado warning for a second, but they did not. I don't know what I was looking at. Alrighty. Again, thank you guys all for tuning in and keeping me company. Yes, Jesse's a sophomore. Mr. Storm's in 8th grade. I don't think he'll care if I say that. I'm pretty sure he's already said that before. We had 25 likes. Let's go. Again, thank you guys so much. I know it just sounds annoying. It's like and subscribe, but it genuinely does help push this further into the algorithm so that more people can see this potentially life-saving information. Because, again, we've got tornado warnings right now, guys. That's a big deal. A lot of people probably don't know what to do during a tornado warning, or they just think, oh, I've been under this a million times, I don't have to do anything. But today's a big deal, so today is different. Several family members in Oregon. Alrighty. So again, right now, I mean, nothing's really kicking off quite yet, but there's still a little while left, so we'll see. Again, this tornado warning here is still in effect. They're probably going to let it expire, though, or they could just remove it. Really doubt they're going to expand it, or extend it, rather. But just in case they do, again, stay in your safe spot. Obviously, we want to listen to the National Weather Service first, and Davis does weather's opinion second. Not second. After the long list of professionals, you can say hi to me. Getting a lot of radar coverage over this area. It's beautiful. Usually during big-time severe weather events, we're always over a radar hole, but not this time around. I will say this area could be a bit of an infamous problem here. Northern Missouri, southern Iowa is a terrible radar hole, especially southern Iowa. Or especially northern Missouri, rather, but... Luckily, a lot of our storms are expected to be more intense southwest of that area, where we have great radar coverage all over the enhanced risk today. So we can see these storms from a lot of different angles, and we can see them really well from every one. Alrighty. Again, for the rest of the state of Iowa, just some heavy rain, honestly. Some nice beneficial rainfall. I don't think max 8 G-skirts this time, actually. How's Fort Smith, Arkansas looking? So you actually are going to be a little bit further east of the main tornado risk, but I will say you could be at close to the pinnacle of the damaging wind risk. It's going to be quite intense there, I think, in Fort Smith, late tonight into early tomorrow morning. So you're going to have to stay up late if you want to see those storms, or get up really early, but around 3 a.m. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate it. But 3 or 4 a.m. there, 5 a.m. maybe. Again, big time damaging wind risk. A little bit of hail as well, potentially. Again, big line of storms late tonight, guys. Stretching all the way from Texas back into Wisconsin. That's why this is such a massive risk, because that big line of storms we're expecting to develop. And again, it's getting going now, but right now, the reason we think there's a great tornado risk is because some of these storms are still discrete before they fully become embedded in that line and the tornado threat decreases. So that's why we're live right now. So again, the rotation is honestly still going a little bit there near Attica. It's really a little bit less impressive than when the warning first started, but thank you, Tristan. Thank you for tuning in. Tristan. I've never seen Tristan spelled that way. That's why I've always called you Tristan, so sorry if I'm doing that wrong. Just let me know. Feel free to say, hey, you're stupid, Davis. Please don't say it like that, but you get the gist. Alrighty. So again, if you're not tuning in, please be sure to like and subscribe. Help spread the message here. Big day of severe weather ahead of us. Again, big day of severe weather coming too next week. Election day. Your mom spelled it weird. That's crazy. I mean, she gave birth to you, though, so that was a W. I just realized I probably sound so weird to any older folks watching this. I am a part of Gen Z, I'm sorry. I'm just playing, but... Get a little bit of rotation there still, northwest of Bussy. Bussy, Iowa. Okay, we'll see if they continue that tornado warning, but I doubt they will, honestly. Alrighty. So let's keep going here. We've been live for about an hour now. It really feels like we just started. I don't know why, but whenever we have these big severe weather days, time just flies really fast while we're streaming. Guess it's just because it's very active. But yeah, it really only feels like we've been live for like 20 or 25 minutes, but been live for about an hour, so over double that. And we'll continue to watch this tornado warning in Marion County. Can we get to 35 likes? That would be awesome if we did. We'll see. They'll make this one of the most liked streams. Usually the like goal we go for is about 25 on the longer streams, 15 or so on the shorter streams. But we'll see. 35 likes, that's the new goal. Let's see. I remind you of Ryan Hall. Wow. That's quite a compliment, to me at least. Gonna run a poll here. See if we can get 35 likes this stream. A lot of the likes are actually coming from last night because I went ahead and put this stream up yesterday, scheduled it, and people could already like it by then, so. Alrighty. Wow, Mr. Storm's been live for an hour and a half. That's impressive. Let's go back up here to our tornado warning quickly. Again, this still includes Knoxville. No longer includes Melcher, Dallas, however. It actually did get updated earlier whenever I was wondering if it did. It just glitched out. I thought that might have been what happened because I could have swore it got updated, and it did. So. Yes, he is in Eastern time. Little Ryan Hall, y'all in the shadow. Keep up the good work, young, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're just getting home, so you'll start at 4:45 Central, actually. Alright, sounds good. And things are struggling to kick off here, if we're being honest. A lot of these storms are not progressing like I thought they would over the course of this hour that we've been live. So, that's a good thing, but I don't want to ever make it sound like that's a bad thing, that tornadoes aren't happening, but... $50613. Not sure what that means, but thank you for tuning in. Your max velocity from Temu, that's crazy. Yes, a slight risk has been issued on election day, and again, we're not going to get political. It's the last thing we're going to do, but I just want to remind you guys, go out and vote, do it, but do so safely in the plains. But again, please go out and vote if you can do so safely. Again, we're not going to get political, though, so let's stop that. But yeah, that's a good point there, Jack. If you're going out to vote, make sure you're doing so safely. Okay, so a special weather statement has just been issued for the storm that was tornado warned. It's now only mentioning wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's not saying anything about land spouts or anything. So, we'll see. You shared with more friends? I appreciate it. Thank you. I actually haven't watched your coverage yet, Mr. Twister, but I'm sure it's pretty good. We'll start somewhere. Oh, sorry, you were putting your, I didn't realize you were putting your zip code in there. That is my fault. Cedar Falls, Iowa. Let's check that out. So Cedar Falls, you're probably just going to get a lot of rain and some thunderstorms today. I think if anything, street flooding would be the big threat, but you don't have to worry too much about severe weather. But thank you for tuning in. Voted early for a reason. And we no longer have a tornado warning, so that's good news. Alrighty. So. moment here, chat. Again, it's looking like this could be a nothing burger, so... And we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but... I think if something major was going to start, by now we'd be able to tell, you know? But we'll see. Alright, see you, Shirley. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate subscribing. That's awesome. Thank you. So power poles have been reported down in Clio Springs, the area that got hit by those 80-mile-an-hour winds. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that's why we were talking about getting to your safe spot, because that's a really dangerous situation when you got power lines falling down uncontrollably. On Friday, you do a job shadow thing. Yeah, you're near into US. Should be fun. Should be fun. So, by the way, I'm going to the National Storm Chaser Summit officially in February. So, I don't know if any of you guys are going to that, but if you are and you see me, feel free to come up and say hi. I'm a pretty normal person, I like to think, in real life. But if you come up and say hi, I will. That would really just make my day, if anything. But again, I appreciate it. Again, do not be afraid to approach me or anything. Fall tornado season is here. It really is. This is the first major event of fall tornado season. Again, starting late, I will say. October 30th. Usually we're starting a little earlier, but what's the National Storm thing? It's just a event where a lot of famous storm chasers and weather enthusiasts are going to be. It's in Overland Park, Kansas in February. You wish, but sadly you can't. That's alright. There's always next year. Alright. Sounds good, Peachy. Thank you for tuning in. Chat, we're getting so close to 35 likes. We're at 29. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. February 14th through the 16th, I believe. So Valentine's Day is in there, but it is a public event, yes. It is. It's over a weekend, yeah. But yeah, I know Mr. Storm will be there. Jesse will be there. Levi WX will be there. North Carolina has worst tornado in November. But yeah, a lot of people, a lot of awesome people coming from all over the country will be there. I mean, you think about it, we're really coming from all over the place. There'll be people from Nevada, people from Kentucky, people from Texas, people from New York, people from Illinois, people from Kansas. That's the really cool thing to me. We got famous storm chasers coming from all over the country and all over the world even at this event, so it'll be pretty cool. Nothing happening right now, you're bored? Yeah, it's looking like this could be a nothing burger, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's a typhoon going at Taiwan. Yes, Kong Ray. It's been looking very intense recently, although it has weakened a little bit. Still looking so wild. It's such a massive storm with a huge opened eye. Not quite as huge anymore, but it's still pretty big. This is a live look at it on infrared satellite imagery. Crazy stuff. Holy crap. That is wild. And look at how massive that eye is. And again, it's shrunk in size. If we actually look here, this is what it was looking like. That's crazy. All that convection, too. It's just a big storm in general. What's it called one more time? The National Storm Chaser Summit 2025. Your Levi edit was very good. We all watched it last night and laughed, so. It looks crazy indeed. So yeah, we'll still give things a little bit of time to get going here, but if things don't really pick up soon, I think we'd probably end off relatively soon here. Again, this looks like a pretty massive nothing burger, so I'm pretty excited to say that. Again, don't let your guard down, though, guys. There's still plenty of time for things to really get going here. But just a lot of wind and hail at this point. Again, the massive wind event up in the Quad State region today, that was pretty devastating. Again, walls reportedly knocked over entirely off of houses. Buses reportedly, like, flipped or something, or, like, at least moved. But, what do you do at the Storm Chaser Summit? There's like presentations and stuff about tornadoes that happen this year. There are going to be cool, again, just a lot of cool people there that you can meet. It's just a really fun time overall. There's a lot of stuff that they do there, and I'm not fully aware of all of it, but there's a lot to do, and it's really fun. If you all if you have any interest in weather, if you're just getting into the weather community, or if you've been a part of it for 15 years, I really think it's a great event to go to. Again, I understand if you can't come, but it's really fun, and tickets, again, they recommend you buy them before December, because it's a big deal. They sell out pretty fast, so. Reportedly, we have a new tornado watch, according to Mr. Storm. Is that true? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, but the environment here is nothing like the day of Barnstall, to be completely fair. Like, we were expecting wild stuff on that day. Today it's a maybe. So, there is a new tornado watch, actually. It has not popped up on Radar Omega, but it's going out for Kansas City. This includes parts of southeastern and east central Kansas and northwestern Missouri, as well as west central Missouri. As we were saying, this would get issued, and here it is. Scattered gusts up to 80 miles per hour likely, a few tornadoes likely, isolated hail up to ping pong ball size possible. So again, it really looks like the tornado threat is not the main thing in focus anymore, if we're being realistic here. But there you go. So look out for that. Again, a watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes to develop in that area. It does not mean there's one ongoing. But be on the lookout. Basically what that means. How much is a ticket? They are pretty expensive. Probably can't go, but you would like to. I didn't think my parents would let me go, but they let me go. But again, obviously, everybody's situation is different, so I don't know. But if I were you, I'd at least ask. Chat, we've got to get to 35 likes. 150 for general, is that how much it is? Okay, so they just issued a special weather statement for severe warnings here. So it looks like they're going to actually let these go. 50 mile an hour winds, pea-sized hail. Could still occur with these storms, though. I guess that's just the edge of the storm, though, so maybe not. Maybe they're not going to let go of these. All right, see you, Mr. Twister. No, it's not 600 per person. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not going to be 600 per person. Probably 300 per person. Thought a tornado watch when I was younger was a person walking around looking for a tornado. I've heard people have all different ideas of what a tornado watch means. I've heard people say it means that, this is the most common one, people say it means that a tornado has been spotted in whatever state you're in. But no, that's not the case. It means conditions are favorable in that area for tornadic development. Oh, well, yeah, if you have to buy a plane ticket to go there, then I guess it's a little different, but yeah, I mean, if you don't have to fly, it gets a lot cheaper. And I'm not a financial expert or anything. I'm just kind of doing math on the fly here. But yeah, one of those areas included in that new tornado watch is Overland Park, where the National Storm Chaser Summit will be held in February. Yeah, I want to wear a costume tomorrow for our Halloween stream, but I don't have anything prepared, so that's probably not going to happen, just in case anybody's wondering at all. I had an idea. I had a bunch of empty Kit Kat wrappers. I was going to put them on, tape them to myself, call myself the Kit Kat Man, but that just seemed too stupid. Too stupid to be true. Well, it'll be over a weekend. So, I won't have school, but so excited to meet people. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And there's going to be some great presentations and stuff, too. Last year, they had a presentation about rolling fork and stuff. Again, it's over the whole weekend, so if you can only go one day, still works out, you know. This is a crazy thing to say, but I think at this point, we can call this a nothing burger. We would at least, that was a horrible voice crack. We would at least see the first signs of something getting going by now. If something was going to happen. Friday's the 16th. Well, it'll all go like Friday evening and then over the weekend, I imagine. We have not, and we're very excited too, because we've been talking for over a year now. But yeah, we have not met yet. Yeah, I know they just issued the new tornado watch and everything, but things are really dying down in terms of a tornado threat. The wind threat and hail threat are still going to be a thing. I'm going to make that clear, but not too much else to worry about. It's almost looking like at this point, honestly. What's up, storm tracking / forecasting too? If you're just not tuning in, please do be sure to like and subscribe to help spread the message. We're also trying to hit 35 likes this stream just as a personal goal for fun. How's this bus looking? Yeah, we were just talking about that. This is a pretty big nothing burger here. And again, it's not looking like much is going to happen. But damaging winds will still be a major concern, I think. Again, this whole event was kind of hit or miss, and we've missed, and that's a good thing. We don't want severe weather to happen and ruin people's lives, but just saying, that's something that was a possibility. Luckily, it didn't happen, though. So, new severe thunderstorm warning for Ames and Hitchcock, Oklahoma. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. If you're in that area, make sure you're moving indoors. Same thing for Lahoma. You're already under a severe warning. I should do a video for the summit. I was thinking about doing that, because I'll have a phone at that point anyway. New severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds as well for Watauga. Move indoors immediately. But yeah, pretty big bust here, honestly. So far, at least. So, that's good. We had almost 300 people tune in this stream. That's pretty awesome. That's a lot. Yeah, I feel like it was more of a squall line threat, especially earlier with that PDS severe with 90-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah. And again, a wind thing will be really big tonight, not because of any specific area seeing really high winds, but just over a massive area seeing severe limit winds. And from Wisconsin to Texas, it's going to be possible. That was a horrible circle, though. Okay, back 32 Lakes. Let's go. Welcome back, Sam. Yeah, I know. I don't know why they ever added that 10% hash, if I'm being honest with you. But they did, so here we are. Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, it was looking like things were about to get really intense, and then they never did. If something like this was discrete, this would be a massive problem, but it's not. So, not much is probably going to happen with that, just some rain. No, I would have kept it at 5%, because we have already seen a tornado warning today. 2% I feel like you never really see much on. You can get 35 other accounts. Honestly, you should do it. That'd be amazing. That'd be a WB dog moment. I'd appreciate that so much. Mr. Twister's now live. So let's go back to our Louisiana storm, actually. It never really was rotating that much, but it has had that hook echo shape the whole time. Pretty interesting. It's just been chugging along. And it is starting to enter the Louisiana-Arkansas state line area near Spring Hill and Colon pretty soon, so look out for that. But, anyway. Alrighty. We're at 34 likes. B-Dog's doing his magic. We need literally one more like, guys, please. Somebody like the stream. Oh, that would literally make my day. Somebody like the stream right now. $35? Did we hit it? Mine still says 34. We need one more. Feel bad for the 2 people that said that we wouldn't get 35 likes because we just hit it. We did it, chat. You guys are awesome. That's insane. We're going to end off the stream here. We were talking all day about how there were going to be 2 streams because things were going to go crazy. That's not happening. So we may have another stream later this evening. But as of right now, I mean, things are calm. So unless something major changes in the atmosphere, things are fine for right now, guys. Again, hail and wind are still a big problem. I want to make that clear. But tornadoes, I don't see any in the near future. So, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this big stream. Again, I don't know if Mr. Storm is live or not still. Is Mr. Storm live? Let's go ahead and check that out actually. I don't think he is. So, Mr. Storm. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. He is live, so I'm going to go and put the link to his chat, or his stream in chat. Everybody go in there, spam Davis Raid. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Everybody spam Davis Raid. Go check out Mr. Storm. I'll be there too. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys.